Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. As you can see, I'm still at the beach. I ran home just a little while ago to take care of some errands and pick up a fresh shirt and my yoga mat because I've got a yoga class I'm catching a ride to in the morning. But the ladies were kind enough and I'm doing a little video stuff for them down here, so I'm going to stay another night, so I'm really excited to be sleeping down at the beach. As I said in the last video, the sleeping is just really, really good down here. Anyhow, just a little quick one today. I was just thinking about this riding my bike a little while ago. People are always talking about this, and sometimes people that aren't within our lifestyle, that do our lifestyle, that don't have any interest in health, and I kind of discount them because you just have people that are kind of troll-like that'll just say things just to kind of get a reaction. But for most of us high-carb vegans, us raw vegans, you hear all the time, and I hear this all the time, a little bit isn't going to hurt, or it's not going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. All I can say about that is everybody has to determine what the line is for them. I've got my line, I'm sure Tanny Raw's got her line, everybody out there's got their lines. And they know what their body either can handle or what they want their body to handle. You know, it's like for me, it's about a feeling. I can walk right up to a line, which only I've determined, and be okay. So, like for instance, you guys have seen me when I go to the States. I'm not one of these fanatics that has to be raw all the time or that carries a lot of stuff with him. So I make do. Now I don't generally make really bad choices. Don't misunderstand that. I've gotten used to it, you know, between I don't know, just after having done this for a while. So I make my choices. But what I'm going to say is to give you a little something to think about on where to draw your line when you're thinking about this or when you're putting things into your body is just like the cleaner I get, the better I feel. I don't want to go back, and I don't want to lose that. I mean, it is more and more, it becomes like chasing a high, you know, if you know that term, but it's not really chasing a high because I can keep that high with the fruits and this lifestyle. So when I go to the States, and I've been very aware this last year of the cooked foods I eat and different things that I eat, even if it's not cooked, that aren't on my normal way of eating. And I'm very attuned to how they react to my body. I was having this conversation with the ladies that that own this hotel last night, and that's what I basically said. I said, you know, I've been very aware these last few trips to the States, and I can tell, even though I don't bash anything vegans make, any vegan choices, especially clean vegan choices. I can tell when I go to the States, and it doesn't like make me feel terrible, but I come down when I start eating the cooked, and you know, I eat a little bit higher fat when I'm in the States. I eat the starches when I'm in the States, which I'm just not really used to eating. There's nothing wrong with starches in my opinion. But yeah, I just know, I can tell. I mean, I'm not going to ignore my body that the raw works for me. The clean works for me. Keeping the fat lower works for me, you know, 10% or lower most of the time. But I've decided where my lines are. There's lines that I won't cross. Obviously, well, the big one is I'm vegan, you know, unless I ever get in a life or death situation, I'm probably not going to cross that one. You know, I try to keep it pretty clean. There's every once in a while I'll get trapped somewhere and I'll get something processed, like, you know, some kale chips and from a store. Actually, that's not that bad that's not that great an example. They're not terrible, but I do think sometimes that it's not optimal. Like I'll buy pistachios when I'm going on a trip to the States, or just little things. I don't need to come up with examples, but they're not optimal, but I know they're not going to bring me below a certain level. That's how I can put it. I pay attention. I figure if I'm going to eat cooked food while I'm in the States, or anytime I'm out of my normal situation, I even did that when I was in San Jose a couple of times, I was very keenly aware of the difference my body felt being away from the normal way of eating. And it slows me down, but like I say, I've decided what I can live with, what I can't live with. It's almost like I can be pulled down a certain amount, but then we can't go below that. And it's constantly changing too. Like some things, as my body gets cleaner and cleaner, it's not so much that I have a bad reaction to foods, it's just that my body doesn't choose them anymore, doesn't want them. And the next thing I'm going to say, as far as it's not going to kill you, it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to kill you, it's not going to hurt you, but it is, if you're trying to clean your way of eating up, and you're trying to get off certain types of foods, certain types of way of eating, you're reintroducing it every time you do these things that aren't good, you know, whether it's just a cheat or whatever. You're keeping that poison in your system. You're kind of like keeping a taste for it. Like the more you feed that taste ain't gonna go away. So, like I say, the takeaway on this is it's just for something for you to think about. It's not me telling you where, you know, you draw the line on what you can handle, what you can't handle, what will kill you, what won't kill you. But just something to think about when you're making those choices. And, you know, cheat days just have never made any sense to me. Have never made any sense. Well, I guess we're talking about degree there. Like I'm totally about maybe. All right, I got to do some erasing on my phone. That's the second time it's happened. 2 videos in a row. My phone's getting full. But anyhow, to finish it up, what I was going to say is about the cheat days. There's totally, I'm not talking about like not having a day. I like to have a day every once in a while where I relax the rules a little bit, even if I am in my normal environment or I eat something that's a little bit off. But we're talking about a little, you know, just kind of a little letting up. I'm not talking about any major, what I wouldn't call it a cheat day, just not my average day. But anyhow, for you to decide, up to you, but just something to think about. Thought I would throw that one out there today. Anyhow, just my 2 cents worth. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope your week's going well. Having a great time down here. I could almost live here. It'll be hard to go home. See you guys. Peace.